Hi, this is Steve Merril, WagerTalk.com, right back here on WagerTalk TV with your college basketball top 25 video for this Saturday, January the 28th, the biggest day of the week in college basketball, a ton of games. I'm going to go over what I think are the two biggest head-to-head matchups, including a top 10 matchup. In fact, both of these games were on Saturday evening. They're both on ESPN national TV, so you can watch and win here with some winning information on WagerTalk TV. Quick reminder, Saturday is the best day of the week to be playing college hoops, and it's really the best time of the year to be playing college hoops. I've dominated basketball for several decades. A couple years ago at Wager Talk, number one in college hoops combined. In fact, past 2 years now, up over 112 units on college and pro basketball side selections. We keep it rolling this Saturday with a huge college basketball card of best bets right now at wagertalk.com. Don't forget, though, the NFL Playoffs Conference Championship is this Sunday, and I do have my one and only 5% NFL playoff best bet going this Sunday in the NFL Conference Championship round. More information on that on my Fade the Public video, which is posted right now here on Wager Talk TV. Hit subscribe, hit the bell for instant alerts when these videos go live each and every week. Don't forget, NFL Fade the Public is available right here on Wager Talk TV. If you haven't watched it already, I recommend you do so. Last week, Fade the Public went 5-2 in the divisional round. And I give you the most public side and total on both the AFC and NFC championship games in that video. But once again, my one and only 5% NFL playoff best bet goes this Sunday, along with some super strong college basketball plays for Saturday. If you'd like a full month of college hoops, it's normally $179 for college, $179 for pro, but I'm doing a buy one, get one free right now. No promo code needed. Get a full 30 days of basketball, college and pro combined for just $179. It's on my page right now. Instant discount, no promo code needed. If you're not on board with the NFL yet, I know most of you have my NFL package by now, but if you haven't gotten it yet, you can upgrade to All Sports for just $20 more and get a $199 full month of All Sports, college and pro basketball every day for the next 30 days and nights, plus the rest of the NFL season, including that big 5% best bet this Sunday and the entire Super Bowl lineup, which includes all my player props as well. You've got to have promo code ALL199. It's normally $300. It's just $199 with promo code ALL199, ALL199. Steve Merril, WagerTalk.com. All right, let's get down to business now. There are two huge games on Saturday night on ESPN. We're going to look at the one and only true top 25 head-to-head matchup. You know, it's been weird so far this season. A lot of different ranked teams and a lot of different conferences. Normally, we have 2 or 3 or 4 head-to-head matchups on a Saturday where we have top 25 programs playing. We only have one of them this week, but it's a top 10 matchup, and it's a good one at 6 o'clock Eastern on ESPN National TV, and that's number 10 Texas going to number 4 Tennessee. And as we look at the overnight lines on Friday, and once again, I'm doing this video on Friday night, the lines are just starting to pop. DraftKings was the first one out Friday afternoon. By the way, they came out around 2 Eastern with their numbers, several hours ahead of most other books. You, of course, can follow this on the Wager Talk live odds screen each and every day, as I do. This is what I use to tell you these lines. They opened 8 around 3:30 Eastern today on Friday. Dropped down to 7.5 when the rest of the market opened. As we head into Friday evening right now, it's Tennessee minus 7.5. Totals around 136, 136.5 at some spots. And this should be a really good game between two of the best teams in the country. You know, Tennessee for several years has been one of the best defensive teams in the nation. And currently this week, they are the number one ranked defensive efficiency team in the entire nation, but they're only 40th in offense. That's where they've had trouble in the past and trouble this season. Texas, kind of the opposite. Texas is 26th on defense, very good still, but they're the 12th best offense in the country efficiency-wise, and they like to play fast. 74th fastest tempo. Tennessee 190th, which is about average. So the question will be, can Texas speed up Tennessee here? Because obviously the Longhorns are the better offense, but Tennessee is the better defense, and I think a slower game favors Tennessee. You could somewhat make an argument that the under in Tennessee is correlated, whereas Texas and the over. So I don't think it's a surprise that we've seen a little bit of the early money coming on Texas and that total bump up a half a point in many locations. This is a Texas squad that's shooting over 48.5% from the field this season. These teams, obviously from different conferences, but they did play last year on January 29th, exactly 1 year ago to the day, and one day and 1 year ago. And Texas won that game 52-51 at home as a 4-point favorite. So once again, Tennessee and the under did hit last year. A strange game, though, because Texas was a much better team really from the field. 54-36% shooting, 44-28 from three. And from the free throw line, they were just 42%, and they had 18 turnovers to just 11 for Tennessee. So that is the reason they did not cover, and they only won by a single point. Otherwise, Texas was the better team in the game last year. Obviously, this is now somewhat of a revenge spot for Tennessee. And Tennessee enters this game off of 3 straight wins, and they've won 8 of their last 9. Texas, meanwhile, has won 5 of their last 6. Should be a tight game here. We'll see where this line moves on Saturday. But once again, Tennessee about a 7.5 point favorite. Felt like Texas outplayed them last season. If you look at my raw power ratings for this game, coming into this game, once again, home court advantage is about 3 points on average. I'd probably give Tennessee about 3 for this game at home. On a neutral court this season, I would have Tennessee as about a 4.5 point favorite. So that once again would get you to 7.5, which is pretty much spot on according to my power ratings. We'll see how this one plays out at 6 o'clock Eastern on Saturday night. Now, that's the one true top 25 head-to-head matchup. What I wanted to do here on the video was give you some extra content here. And I was going to give you some play-on teams, maybe some play-against teams in the next few weeks. And one team I was going to mention as a play-on squad was actually a team that's in a pretty big game this Saturday. And I'm going to use that as the other spotlight game here, and that's Kentucky. You know, Kentucky outside of the top 25. In fact, they're barely in the top 40 when you factor in additional votes. So obviously a down season for the Wildcats. But I think this is a team that's maybe starting to turn the corner. And if you look right now, number one in offensive rebounding rate, they're creeping up in my power ratings on a weekly basis, starting to play better basketball, and they'll get a real test at 8 o'clock Eastern on Saturday night when they play number 9 Kansas. So unranked Kentucky hosting number 9 Kansas. And unfortunately, it looks like the odds makers have maybe caught on a little bit to Kentucky being an undervalued team because they're a slight favorite here as of Friday night. This line was 2 when DraftKings opened it, and then some other books came out on Friday evening, dropped it down to 1.5. Right now, the total's between 141, 142 range. So as of Friday night, at least, Kentucky is a slight favorite in this game. I still think they're the way to play this one, though. And once again, although I respect Kansas, they are struggling right now. 3 straight losses. You know, it was a tough 1-point loss at Kansas State, a very competitive game, and then they got blown out. The game that was a real red flag for me was that blowout against TCU last Saturday. And we talked about that game here on the video, and I mentioned that TCU was ranked higher than what their power rating ranking in both the Sagarin and KenPom would have. And not only did TCU go in there and win outright as a 7-point dog, but they won so by 23 points. And then Kansas had to play Baylor on the road as a 2-point dog, lost by 6. So, you know, 2 tough road losses in basic pick'em games against Kansas State and Baylor. What's concerning, though, is that 23-point home loss to TCU in between. That was not a good showing. And Kansas has now failed to cover 5 straight and 7 of their last 9 games against the spread. So while Kentucky is a definite play-on team, and by the way, Kentucky had failed to cover 8 straight, don't forget, before the recent 4-game straight-up and ATS win streak, it does look like the odds makers are starting to catch on to the fact that Kentucky is improving. So this will be a big game. We'll see if Kentucky is for real, but they're a play-on team for me here over the next few weeks. Keep an eye on them. They're at Ole Miss next week on Tuesday, and then they're at home next weekend on Saturday, Monday, a week from now against Florida and Arkansas. I think there'll be some value with the Kentucky Wildcats, including probably this Saturday against Kansas as well. That's at 8 o'clock Eastern on ESPN. All right, now that's a play-on team for me, a team I think that's a little bit under the radar, the Kentucky Wildcats. You can use that here in future weeks. Why don't I give you a play-against team here over the next few weeks as well, and that's the Maryland Terps. Opened the season 7-1 ATS after facing a really weak schedule, then failed to cover 6 of their next 9 games against better competition. Lately, they've gone 3-0, but I think it's a bit phony. So maybe look to fade Maryland here in the near future. They play at 4:30 Eastern on Saturday afternoon. Another team I'm staying away from is Duke also. I just don't have a feel for this Duke team. They play at Georgia Tech on Saturday. Coach K is gone, obviously. They're not playing nearly as fast, and I think the reason is because they don't have the athletes and talent. Once Coach K was going to retire, I don't think they've gotten the recruits the last year or so. Something to keep an eye on. I'm staying away from Duke recently because I just don't have a feel for that team. One team I'm definitely not looking to play against on the way out here is Alabama. Really impressed with Alabama. And obviously, we might not get much value with them in the near future. I think everybody knows how good they are. But once again, that's a play on or pass team for me. Bama plays fast, but they're still playing excellent defense. I took a shot against them with Houston a few weeks ago, and Houston blew a 15-point lead. I thought that slow down style would work. Bama came from behind and still won that outright. Been really impressed with Alabama. Normally, I don't like fast-paced teams to win a national title, but hard to go against Alabama right now. So that's a team I'm only looking to play on, and I'm passing otherwise. Bama, by the way, I'll play Saturday afternoon as well. One other team I'll mention, did a show with Teddy Covers on SiriusXM for this weekend. I recommend you checking it out. I'll put it on my Twitter page, by the way, the link to it at Steve Merril, 2 R's, 1 L, at Steve Merril on Twitter. Teddy asked me, he goes, who's a play on coach for you in general over the years? And I mentioned Bennett, Tony Bennett, obviously at UVA. I love how he plays slow half court style. But Randy Bennett, no relation at St. Mary's, is also an excellent half court slow down team. And they have a big game against BYU on Saturday night, 10 o'clock Eastern on ESPN2. St. Mary's another one of those teams that I'm very rarely looking to fade. It's either a play on or pass for me, as that half court style is so efficient, especially in high level spotlight games. So keep an eye on St. Mary's again this year. They're barely ranked. I think they're 22nd right now. We'll see if they make this video. Obviously, when they play Gonzaga, it'll be in the video. Otherwise, they kind of fly under the radar. But I think both Kentucky, St. Mary's, some play-on situations in the near future, whereas Maryland is a team I would maybe be looking to fade over the next few weeks. All right, only one true top 25 game, but I gave you the bonus game and some additional info, as I always like to try to do so here in the videos. If you found it useful, give it a thumbs up, a like. Don't forget to hit subscribe, hit the bell for instant alerts when college basketball videos go live each week, and also that NFL Fade the Public video, which is live right now here on WagerTalk TV. And also, don't forget to comment below. I love my comments. I read every one of them, and I reply back. Let me know your play on or play against college basketball teams for the next few weeks and situations that you see this Saturday. Maybe they can make some money. We're in this together. Once it's us against the sports books, right? Let's all win together. And I think it's a great investing community here on Wager Talk TV. And I honestly believe we have the smartest and sharpest sports betting viewers here on this channel as well. Like, subscribe, and comment below. And don't forget, buy one, get one free right now. Instant discount. No promo code needed. You get basketball, both college and pro, for half price on my page, a full 30 days for just $179. Steve Merril, WagerTalk.com. And if you want my NFL 5% best bet for the playoffs, my one and only strongest playoff selection goes this Sunday in the conference championships. If you haven't gotten it already, you can upgrade to all sports for just $20 more and get a full 30 days of college and pro basketball and the rest of the NFL through the Super Bowl for just $199. But you got to have a promo code, all199, instant $100 discount with promo code all199, ALL199. Steve Merril, WagerTalk.com. Get there quicker with shortcut code WT.buzz/SM. Thanks for watching. Remember to check out the Fade the Public video on this channel as well. And I'll be back this week on numerous shows here on Wager Talk TV, talking college and pro basketball and some NFL as well. Enjoy the games this weekend. Best of luck, and I'll talk to you again soon right here on Wager Talk TV.